In the far north, where mountains loom like sleeping giants and glacial winds carve their song into stone, there lies a treasure not made of gold, silver, or jeweled relics. This treasure is older than the halls of kings and more enduring than the swords of great warriors. It is the wisdom of a wanderer, a one-eyed seeker who walked between worlds in search of truth. His name is Odin, the High One, Lord of the Gallows, Master of Runes, Father of the Bold. But before any title, before any throne, he was a traveler, hungry, curious, relentless, and his words, woven through the ages, form the Hávamál. Today, we open its first great chapter, Wisdom for Wanderers and Counsel to Guests. What follows is a deep, living retelling, a journey across frost-covered lands, through firelit halls, past giants, gods, and wandering souls. So you may understand not just the words, but the world that birthed them. Settle by the hearth, brother. Let the saga begin. A world shaped by ice, fire, and fate. To grasp the Hávamál, you must step into a world so harsh and beautiful that it forged philosophy on the blade's edge. A world where winter could kill a family in a single night, wanderers walked weeks without seeing another soul, honor was currency, fire was salvation, a stranger's knock could be divine blessing or doom, and every decision carried weight. Life here was raw, unsheltered, and unpolished. Children grew old fast. Men carried blades not for swagger, but survival. Women commanded homesteads with iron resolve. Fate hovered like a shadow bird over every birth. From this world arose the Norse virtues, huga, mindfulness and courage, gestrisni, hospitality, vinata, loyal friendship, drengskaper, honor and upright behavior, sjálfsbjarga vidleitni, self-reliance, Frodleikur, practical wisdom. The Hávamál is their voice, a manual for navigating danger, fate, friendship, and life's uncertain roads. But this wisdom is not given by a distant, perfect god. It is spoken by Odin the Wanderer, a god who lived as men lived, failed as men fail, and learned as men learn. Second, Odin, the seeker who paid for wisdom with pain. The Hávamál does not speak from a throne, it speaks from the dirt. Imagine Odin, cloaked in worn wool, staff in hand, hat pulled low, one eye burning like a coal between winter gusts. He walks the world not as king, but as beggar, trader, poet, spy, wanderer. He listens in smoky taverns, he debates in chieftains' halls, he bargains with giants in caverns lit by cold fire, he sleeps beneath pines crusted with frost, he shares bread with shepherds and princes alike. His wisdom does not come cheap, he sacrifices pieces of himself for it, an eye for prophecy, 9 nights hanging wounded upon Yggdrasil, blood for runes, breath for creation, suns for peace, and countless journeys for knowledge. So when Odin speaks, he speaks as one who has bled for truth. And his first lesson is simple. Be cautious, for the world is wide, shadows long, and danger walks beside the unwary. The first teaching, approach every door with wisdom before entering any home. Pause. In the sagas, many met their end at a doorway, ambushed, caught unaware, lulled by warmth and the promise of safety. So the High One warns, look before you enter, check every corner, study the hall, for no traveler knows what waits inside. This counsel is not paranoia, it is survival. A home may hold a warm fire, an eager host, a hidden enemy, a jealous lover, a scheming rival, or a weary wanderer. Much like yourself to the Norse, the threshold was sacred, a place where fate balanced on a knife edge. 4. The sacred art of hospitality. Once inside, Odin shifts tone. He becomes the wanderer in need, the cold soul desperate for warmth. He speaks through the voice of the guest. My bones ache from ice, my clothes drip from frost, my stomach is hollow. Host, grant me warmth and food, and I will honor your hearth. Hospitality was not a courtesy, it was a moral law older than kingship. To deny a traveler shelter invited shame and the wrath of unseen powers. But this gift comes with its own wisdom. A host must be generous but discerning, a guest must be grateful but not lingering. Food warms the body, fire warms the spirit, and goodwill strengthens a world that often felt cold. The North demanded cooperation. One day's host could be tomorrow's wanderer. The wisdom of speech. Words can save or destroy. Odin next turns to speech, a force more dangerous than steel. He says, "The fool speaks endlessly, the wise listen. Silence gathers truth. Loose words scatter it." In a culture where reputation outlived flesh, speech was powerful magic. A careless tongue could spark a feud, insult a clan, reveal a weakness, expose a secret, invite mockery, destroy alliances. To the Norse, every word was a rune, a symbol charged with intention and consequence. Thus the High One teaches, speak little, observe much, guard your secrets, choose your words like you choose your weapons. 6 in Ele, the betrayer of wisdom. Now, Odin gives one of the most relatable teachings ever spoken. Ele steals the mind. It loosens the tongue, blinds the heart, and sends the bird forgetfulness fluttering into the skull. He admits even he was once made a fool by drink. In the mythic hall of Gunlod, Odin drank too deeply, chasing pleasure and poetry, and awoke with shame biting at his heels. From this story grows a timeless truth. Ale is friend in moderation, but becomes traitor in excess. A man who drinks past sense becomes slave to his own folly. In a world where feuds ignited as quickly as coals spark flame, drunkenness was not merely foolish, it was dangerous. So Odin urges balance. Enjoy ale, but never let it master you. 7th, the true companion, one's own wits. Of all possessions, Odin praises one above the rest. No better companion travels the road than a sharp mind. Weapons break, gold can be stolen, friends may falter, but wits, they walk with you through storm, blood, and night. The traveler who lacks them is helpless. The wanderer who hones them is unassailable. In the sagas, heroes succeed not merely because of strength, but because of cunning, the wisdom to see traps, read hearts, and anticipate danger. 8. The restless heart of the fool. The High One paints the picture of a tortured man, not wounded by battle but by his own anxious thoughts. The fool lies awake, fearing shadows, imagining enemies, twisting minor troubles into great storms, waking at dawn no wiser than before. This is a universal truth. Worry devours the mind without feeding it. But the High One also warns against excessive wisdom. He who sees too deeply into the world may lose joy, for the weight of knowing can crush the lightness of being. Thus again, Odin proclaims, balance, always balance. Knife, friendship, the most precious, dangerous treasure. Friendship in Norse culture was sacred and deadly serious. To betray a friend was worse than murder. To flatter a foe was shame. Odin teaches, a true friend eases the longest journey. A false friend poisons the shortest path. A friend's gifts must be repaid in kind. Neglect starves even the strongest bond. Mockery and duplicity rot the root of loyalty. Generosity builds alliances misfortune cannot break, and sincerity is rarer than gold. He also warns, do not trust the man who smiles at your enemy. Such a man is a serpent in the grass. Friendship required vigilance, love required honesty, and loyalty was a sacred oath. Home, the humble throne of the common man. Odin now speaks of home, not grand mead halls, but the simplest structure a person can claim. Even the poorest hut with 2 goats and a small fire is a kingdom if it is yours. For to be master of a humble house is to be free. A man who begs from bench to bench is richer in comfort but poorer in dignity. Thus the High One says, better a roof of your own than the softest bed in another's hall. Self-reliance was pride, virtue, and survival. The great truth, fate claims all, but honor endures. Now the Hávamál grows solemn. Odin speaks not as wanderer, but as God. He declares, cattle die, kinsmen die, you will die. But your name, your honor, your deeds, your legacy lives beyond death. This was the core of Norse spirituality. Bodies perish, reputations endure, honor is immortal. The sagas are proof. Men long dead still live through story. To the Norse, a man succeeded in life not by avoiding death, but by living in a way worthy of remembrance. 16. Runes, secrets, and the sacred power of silence. As the verses deepen, Odin's tone becomes more arcane. He hints at hidden knowledge, runes carved into the bones of the world, mysteries too powerful for careless hands. Some truths uplift, some destroy, some protect, some corrupt. And so he warns, do not reveal every secret, do not ask every question, and do not seek every answer. Sometimes silence is stronger than speech, a shield against foolishness and betrayal. No think, work, effort, and the dignity of action. The High One now becomes practical again. He urges, wake early, keep your tasks in order, prepare for hardship, act before others do, never wait for luck, shape your own fortune. The North rewarded those who worked hard, planned ahead, and rose before the frost thawed on the beams. A sleeping wolf catches no prey, a sleeping man gains no glory. Because Torquay, judgment, humility, and courage. In the closing lessons of this great section, Odin weaves the final strands, judge fairly, challenge injustice, think before you speak, keep secrets entrusted to you, walk neither in arrogance nor in fear, befriend cautiously, stand against treachery, and face fate without trembling, for fate is fixed, but character is chosen, and a man's name, his honor, his deeds, becomes the bridge between life and legacy. 16th. The final words of this great teaching, the High One concludes with a truth both chilling and uplifting. Life is brief, death is certain, but the way you live echoes forever. Your courage, your generosity, your wisdom, your humor, your strength, your loyalty, these carve your name into the memory of the world. And so Odin, wanderer of many realms, closes the first chapter with a final blessing. Let your thoughts be sharp, your hands steady, your words measured, your friendships true, your deeds worthy, and your heart unafraid. For fate will come, but honor is yours to shape.